if he does not make it this time, then it is going to be an existentialist crisis for the Aam Aadmi Party. Because the Aam Aadmi Party will then be a sitting duck for the BJP to break its ranks, and people will start to leave. People don't expect Congress to win much. People expect the Congress to be a vote katua.
Do you think the middle class is going to be deciding the fate of Aam Aadmi Party and BJP and Congress?
Yes, I think the middle class is the central factor this time. Middle
Yes.
class is feeling not so enamored of Kejriwal as the last two times. Middle class,
Mm.
many people say, let's strive for change. People tell
Yes.
me that if the BJP comes to power, it is more likely to do something about air and water because it has the money. Certainly, there's a section that's shifting towards the BJP. Now, to what extent they'll shift to BJP? That remains to be seen, and that will determine the story.
Hello and welcome to Explain Politics. I'm Charulata Biswas and I'm being joined by Neja Chaudhary, our contributing editor at the Indian Express. Uh, Today we will be unpacking the big political story of the day, and which is the Delhi Assembly elections. And today, the fate of major national parties like Bharatiya Janata Party, Congress, and Aam Aadmi Party hangs in the balance. And since 2013, Aam Aadmi Party has emerged as a dominant force in Delhi, with Arvind Kejriwal aiming for a fourth term as the chief minister. But this time, the stakes are higher, especially for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Neja ma'am, why is the BJP fighting so hard in Delhi? And everyone on the ground was talking about how this time it is a fight between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP. Is this a reaction to their disappointing performance in the 2024 Lok Sabha election, or is it something else? What's driving this intense battle, and what does it mean for BJP?
It is understandable that Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal in particular should be putting up such a fight because this battle, and he's on the back foot this time, unlike the last two elections in 2015 and 2020. And if he does not make it this time, then it is going to be an existentialist crisis for the Aam Aadmi Party because the Aam Aadmi Party will then be a sitting duck for the BJP to break its ranks, and people will start to leave, as happens if you are out of power and likely to be out of power for the next 5 years. And of course, it's in power in Punjab, but Delhi has been really the centerpiece of its existence. So for the Aam Aadmi Party, it is understandable why, it's such a do or die battle for them. For the BJP, it need not be such a do and die battle. Of course, the BJP DNA is such that they have to win every election, whether it's a national election, whether it's state election, or it's a local bodies election. So they'll go all out to win an election. But Delhi is only half a state. It's a little Delhi. Of course, its size is, if you look at the metro region, the larger region of Delhi, the NCR, then it is adds up to 34 million people, the second largest city in the world. Otherwise, it's around 22 million people who will be voting, the Delhi area. Of course, it's like a small sized country, no doubt about it. But for the BJP, the stakes are very high in Delhi. And there are several reasons. Of course, being the capital of the country, in the heart of the country, it does have national and international implications because it gives out a certain kind of signal. And also, being in the heartland, it affects the states of the Hindi heartland that much more. So, whether it's important Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal, even far away Bihar,
Bihar,
it does
yeah.
have impact because large number of people have come from Bihar in the last decades, and the Purvanchalis, as they are called, make up 1/3 of the population of Delhi, the voting population. So, and all these people who come here influence their states back home. So, the politics of BJP nationally hinges on its ability to control the Hindi heartland, and Delhi plays a role in that. So, that is a very obvious reason. The other reason, of course, is that if Narendra Modi and the BJP lose out again, not having been power for here for almost 3 decades, which is a long, long time. And having won Haryana, having won Maharashtra after the setback in the Lok Sabha elections, then to be facing defeats at the hands of who is called a disruptor Kejriwal in Little Delhi will do nothing for the image of the BJP. It will send its own message that here is this man who manages to defeat the BJP again and again and again in Delhi. So I think that is also very crucial. And Kejriwal is a different kind of a politician. He has been, he's politically savvy. And even though he would be in power in 2 states here, the BJP views him with wariness because he could, at a future date, not now, start to become a threat to the BJP in several areas. So that's another reason why the BJP is pulling out all stops to defeat Kejriwal this time.
Right, right. Ma'am, but you also said that the BJP has not been in power, I think, since 1998. It was Sushma Swaraj who was then the chief minister. Why is it that BJP couldn't come in power? What were the reasons behind BJP staying out of power in Delhi?
I think, Sheila Dikshit's 15 years in power. And people liked what she did, the infrastructure, the reforms she brought, her persona, her leadership. People went for it. And then came Kejriwal on the scene and he defeated her and then took over. In 2013, when he
Right.
formed the government, he had only 28 seats and had to join hands with the Congress party he deposed. And then in 2015, when the elections were held, somewhere the people of Delhi felt sympathy. There's a sympathy for him. Let's give this man a chance. Let's strengthen his hand. Let's give him a majority and see what he's able to do. So they gave him a whopping majority, 67 out of 70 seats. And then following election in 2020, he got 62 out of 70 seats. So the BJP first down to 3, then down up to 8, and of course the Congress 0. Has not, one of the reasons has been, of course, his model.
Yeah.
His model of development that he's evolved, which is very clear, which poorer sections of the city identify with. Free bijli up to that many units, free pani up to that many liters. Then the reform in government schools is something the poorer sections, including the Dalits,
Absolutely
talk about.
stunning reformation.
They
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
I've heard so many people say, my child goes to school, पहले जमीन पे बैठते थे, अब कुर्सी टेबल है, teachers जिस तरह से पढ़ाती हैं, my child is learning so much more. This is the way my daughter talks now. So they're happy with what is the reform. I mean, they have a long way to go. It's not that things have changed completely. And so also Mahalla clinics people are happy with, and a very strong constituency of the Aam Aadmi Party are the women of Delhi. The free
Right.
travel, free bus travel is only one part, but women seem to have put their trust in Kejriwal. Now,
Right.
will some of these women this time shift, the middle class women, look at the
Absolutely.
BJP? That
I
is
was
the
coming to
question.
that because, yes, this time around, ma'am, one of the things that we also saw was BJP did not mention Narendra Modi anywhere in their campaign, even though we saw his pictures and posters and banners and the hoardings that we come across whenever we are crossing the roads of Delhi. But there was no Modi magic as such during the campaign. He did 2 or 3 rallies, I think, in the past 1 week or something like that. But apart from that, no Modi magic. They were going local. They were trying to replicate what Aam Aadmi Party has done when it comes to women's schemes. And they also said openly that we will try to maintain the schemes that are in place already by the Aam Aadmi Party government. So BJP is sort of trying to go local to appease the middle class is what we are getting a sense. And Aam Aadmi Party is also trying to shed its image that it is a party for the poor, given the schemes that they have rolled out, right, in the past 10 years. Do you think the middle class is going to be deciding the fate of Aam Aadmi Party and BJP and Congress?
Yes, I think the middle class is the central factor this time. Now, how there is a controversy on who is the middle class? What
Yeah,
proportion of Delhi is middle class? There are varying
right, right.
figures that are put out. Now, middle
Yes.
class is feeling not so enamored of Kejriwal as the last two times. Middle class,
Mm.
many people say, let's strive for change. That we've seen Kejriwal for 10 years. They
Mm.
also say that, this is very interesting this time in this election, the real issues, the big ticket issues have been on the radar, which is the kind of air we breathe in Delhi,
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
for anyone who lives
And
in Delhi
Yamuna.
is having their life cut short with the kind of winter pollution, the smog of winter pollution that we live with. Then there is the Yamuna water, which became a big, issue and a
Flashpoint,
slugfest
yeah. Yes.
sides. Now,
Yes.
so for middle class, these two issues have been very dominant. Not that either party has come out with any action plan. If I come to power, this is what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Neither side has done that.
Huh.
So it has become, part of the blame game by both sides.
Yeah.
But the fact that bigger issues have come, basic issues have come to the fore, has been a very good thing. So the middle class has latched onto this also. The middle class feels, they bought a little bit into the argument of reveries. That reveries are being given to the poor at our expense.
Yeah.
Some have bought into this. The other argument of the BJP that some middle class people have bought into is the double engine sarkar. I've had people tell
Yes.
me that if the BJP comes to power, it is more likely to do something about air and water because it has the money. And if
Yeah.
Kejriwal comes to power, the BJP and the central government will not give Kejriwal the money that's resources that are needed to deal with this problem. उनके हाथ पैर बांध देंगे जैसे बांधे हैं
बिल्कुल.
पिछले दिनों.
हाँ.
So I
हाँ.
think there is this transactional part of the story. What's going to benefit me, and so the middle class argument and the tough kind of taking them on up in a tough way. People say झगड़ा चलता रहेगा अगर ये लोग आ गए वापस. They are fearful of that. Of course, there are people who feel nahi, agar if Kejriwal or people or the state leaders are not going to come to power, and if the double engine sarkar argument is given its due, then that means no state satrap can come to power in any state with the central government being run by the BJP, and that doesn't do anything for your federal spirit in the country. But that apart, so middle class overall, certainly there's a section that's shifting towards the BJP. Now, to what extent they'll shift to BJP, that remains to be seen, and that will determine the story. Of course, or what will also determine the outcome on the 8th or today by the evening is the vote share that the Congress party, which is really not in the reckoning, but vote share that it mops up. And if it does increase its vote share from the 4.5% that they got last time, then it is trouble for Kejriwal because that would be the Muslims and the Dalits they will pick up the votes of.
Right, right. But interestingly, ma'am, BJP has not mentioned reveries anywhere. Even in their campaigns, they have given up mentioning reveries or attacking Kejriwal for all the freebies, or doles that the Congress has been saying. Do you think this is going to be a wipeout for Congress? What is the sense that you are making?
The Congress may get more votes, but how many seats it will get, it itself is not sure of if you talk to their leaders privately. They may
Yeah,
pick up 1 or 2 or 3 where its leadership is strong and they
Hmm.
have their own independent following. But in terms of
Right.
seats, not much is expected of them. And they have been in a
Okay.
dilemma whether, how hard to hit at Kejriwal. If they
Hmm.
realize that Aam Aadmi Party has grown at its expense, so they have to revive and attack the Aam Aadmi Party in order to get back those votes. On the other hand, if Kejriwal is defeated, then it's bad news also for the Congress because it's bad news for the entire opposition. If Kejriwal wins and forms the government for the fourth time, then it is good news for the entire opposition because the BJP then also suffers a setback. So it's a very strange dilemma for the Congress.
It is. Do you think if there's a hung assembly, Congress and Aam Aadmi Party, they are going to come in an alliance? Because right now they are attacking each other, Rahul and Arvind Kejriwal.
I think, suppose Kejriwal is few short and Congress then supports them, that's possible. But people don't expect Congress to win much. People expect the Congress to be a vote katua. Cut into the votes of the Aam Aadmi Party. So hung assembly, of course, everything is possible. And as I say, the BJP is catching up fast. But there was a 15% difference of vote share last time round. So even if, suppose from 8 they go up 3 times to 24, even then Aam Aadmi Party may just make it. But you see, if Kejriwal does not get upwards of 50 seats, suppose he gets between 40 and 45 or below 40, then he's a sitting duck for the BJP. I think they will break his party in a few months. So he has to be safe. He has to get above 50 seats.
All right. Thank you so much, Neerja ma'am, for breaking it down for us. And we'll come back again on the 8th when the results will be out for Delhi elections and we will get to know who is going to rule Delhi and Dilli ke dil mein kaun hai, you will get to know only on the Indian Express. Thank you so much, Neerja ma'am, and thank you viewers for tuning in. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, The Indian Express. Thank you so much for watching.